All right, Jace, we're going to go back into this book, Flying Spies. We read it the other day, right? And we learned a little bit about
Homing pigeons.
homing pigeons. They're called homing because they...
They can find their way home easily.
Right, and then we also learned that they do what?
They carry letters and messages.
They do, and a lot of times it happened during the...
The war.
Yeah, so we know a lot about this book. So today I'm going to use this book to teach you something that I know is going to help you as a reader. So our sentences are getting more complex, okay? When we're reading them, authors are adding more, and when they add more, that helps us learn more. And so we need to know how to navigate that and use that so that we can learn more and know what the author's trying to say, okay? So I'm going to show you a couple spots in here, and I'm just going to show you how that might help you, okay? So on this page, when we were reading about the homing pigeons, it says, finally the pigeon is ready to go on a long trip. And then the author could have stopped there, because it sounds okay there, right? Finally the pigeon is ready to go on a long trip, and you could stop there. In some of our books, when we were reading in earlier books, they were doing that. Now the author is adding more so that we get more information. It's adding some details and some things that make sense and go with it. So it says, finally the pigeon is ready to go on a long trip, perhaps to carry secret information. So what the author is doing here is he's telling us it's going on a long trip and telling us why, to carry secret information. So you're knowing why it's doing that. Authors are adding that in there now, okay? All right, so let's go to this page. This page was about the wartime, all right? So the author says here, some spy pigeons even wore cameras. And you could have stopped there, right? But the author is explaining why they wore cameras. So as a reader, you are taking in more information. You're learning why the author, or why they use cameras. They use cameras, and read it with me, to take pictures of the enemy. That's why they do it. So the author's adding more. He doesn't stop there. He tells you why they're doing it. And so you're able to take that in and put it in your brain and learn why they're doing certain things. All right, let's do a couple more here. Let's go to this page, right? So here's another example. Many of the pigeons flew through gunfire, and the author could have stopped there, right? Many of the pigeons flew through gunfire. It helps us know they made it through the gun, but now they tell us to do what? To deliver their messages. So they had to go through gunfire to do this. So authors are adding information for you as a reader, and you have to take that in as a reader and know that the author's telling us something and he's giving us even more information about that. Let's do one more. So let's see. Right here. Their radios were broken. Could he have just said their radios are broken? Yeah. And so they were using. So they could not share information with anyone. It tells us what happened because they were broken. Right? The author is explaining what happened because of this. And as a reader, you want to take that in. Okay, all right? So when you're out reading, let's start thinking about that, how the authors of books are making their sentences more compound and more complex, and you as a reader have to navigate that and figure out, oh, they're trying to tell me this, or they're adding this because they're telling me why it happened, or where it happened, or how it happened. Is that all right? So we're going to continue to work on that together, all right?